Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3, where we are back on the Southeastern Highspeed today with the ThamesLink Class 700 taking on the Desiro City Skip scenario. We're at Gravesend, but due to an issue at Faversham there are going to be some delays and we'll be taking over a service to Raynham. We've just got to wait for the train to arrive, so while we've got the opportunity, please consider hitting that like button if you enjoyed this video, and also subscribe. I'm heading towards the 1,000 subscribers milestone. I really appreciate your help in getting there. Your support is always really gratefully appreciated. So let's wait for our 700. It's going to be a fun one today with the snow. And we can just make out in the distance there the 700. Yeah, I can imagine it's going to be interesting with the snow, whether we get some wheel slip that we'll have to be careful of when braking and accelerating. You probably need to head down this way to take over the train. I'm chasing. There we go. I'll follow. That's very irritating. Making me follow freaking markers. I know where I'm supposed to be going. I don't want to open the window. Let me open the door. There we go. Close the door if we can. Open. I want close. Where's close? No, close doors. There we go. And close the cab door. Lovely stuff. Let's shut those doors. Let's put it into forwards. You can see we've got the green. Let's put safety systems on. And away we go.
TPWS and AWS.
I love that announcement. We can, even with 60% power, there's no wheel slip, which I'm pretty impressed about actually. We got up to 80. Still no wheel slip. Normally if we go full power here, if we were driving any other kind of EMU, we'd certainly be getting a lot of wheel slip in full power. Let's just chuck the windscreen wipers on. We've got a bit of snow coming down. We'll just keep it on interval for now. There we go. So Higham next, 4.2 miles. So as you'll notice, we'll be definitely skipping some stations along the way. We can put a bit more power on. And this is to help us to keep to time. So yeah, very cool. I'm also very excited about the update that will be coming to Southeastern Highspeed, albeit locked behind the paywall of Train Sim World 4. If you'll remember at the release of the ThamesLink Class 700, the stopping markers were announced to be included, or will, the route would have been updated to include the appropriate stop markers for the 700, but now it's being locked behind the paywall of the Train Sim World 4, which I'm very disappointed about, and I don't think that's really a good move by Dovetail Games, because it was something that was advertised with the release of the 700. They should be bringing it to Train Sim World 3. So yeah, pretty disappointed, and I would say if you're also one of those people who are waiting for the update, you should very much make your thoughts known to them on the forum, because yeah, it's really poor, really poor. But anyway, enough about that. Let's just enjoy the 700, what we've got here. We're almost up to 70 miles an hour. We've had no wheel slip at all, which I've been really impressed with. Just bring the power off now. We don't have DSD on. That's the one thing that's missing. Let's just find you. Vigilance, what we need you on. There we go. Vigilance and DSD are now on. Maybe a bit more power just to keep us at 70. Let's look at our stopping pattern. So we've got Higham, Strood, Rochester, Chatham, Gillingham, Raynham, and that will be our service. So hopefully there'll be some adverse signals as well along the way to keep it interesting. But it does look look like very thick snow that we're running through at the moment. There we go. Classic bit of horn action. We're about to get a single yellow here, so we'll acknowledge and start to brake as we start to run through Hoo Junction. Nice to see plenty of wagons, looking very nice. No wheel slip while we're braking either, which is good. It was a single yellow, so we should be slowing down actually sufficiently that we should be able to stop if we need to. So continue bringing that speed down nicely. And there you go, you can see actually now the next signal is a single yellow again. Which we'll acknowledge. The AWS sounds definitely need to be enhanced. They're just a little too quiet for my liking. So we'll keep it around 30. That should bring us nicely into Higham for our first stop. This 700 service normally stops at all stations along the way from Dartford. So I wonder which stations we won't be stopping at today. There you go, you can just about make up the platforms ahead. And we're going to be pretty much on time as well, which is... and let's start braking. The brakes on this 700 are really, really good. So they definitely do get you out of trouble if you're coming into a station a little bit too hot. And even at 50%, still no wheel slip, so I'm really impressed with this actually. This 700 has got, yeah, great traction. Oh, there we go. A little bit of wheel slip when we go into sort of 85%, but still the brakes are working well. There we go. Let's nice little shot of our 700 here. I think this is going to be the... Let's go a little bit... There we go. I think we got a nice thumbnail. Perhaps maybe one from... Oh, that could be... No, I think I'd prefer it. Prefer it this side. Yeah. Very nice. We need to be locking those doors. Whoops, we're slightly late leaving. Too busy trying to take that thumbnail. The acceleration, even under max power. No wheel slip. Oh, amazing. I'm super impressed with that. The traction in this 700 must be very impressive. Seriously, snow in the tunnels. Come on, Dovetail. somewhere. We'll turn the wipers off. We're in a tunnel. We don't need them going. So our next stop will be at Strood. After that, we've got Rochester, Chatham, then Gillingham, Raynham. Okay, so that, yeah, definitely feels like we're going to be missing some stations out. And we've got clear signals. This will acknowledge the driver safety device. Out of the tunnel and straight back into another one. And we're already up to 70, so we'll just ease back off the power here. I'd imagine very shortly we'll get our AWS warning to drop down to the 15. Or at least we should do. Just about make out the next ground signal. I think the 15 board is right by it. There you go, there's the AWS, and you vaguely just saw the 15 there. And that is for the approach into Strood, because it is a very, very tight curve. We need to get a little bit hard on the brakes here. A little bit harder again. There we go, perfect stuff. Gently just ease off. And we can pop our wipers back on again. As we made it down perfectly to 15. I like that. It was a good bit of braking. Just keep the power on. We are going up a gradient here as we come around this curve. And into Strood we come again pretty much on time, so even though the snow is delaying things for perhaps other trains, we're okay at the moment. There we go, and the stop marker again for us at the moment is right down the end there, you can see it. There we go, perfect stuff. Let's unlock those doors here at Strood. See passengers getting on and off. Feels like it'd be a fairly quick loading time. And then we'll head towards Rochester. These stations are pretty close together, so we've got pretty quick stopping pattern here. So let's get ready to lock those doors. We're about 30 seconds behind in a minute. We can make that up, no problem at all. And away we go. Let's go full power pretty much. Actually, we need to bring that right back. Around the junction we go here. We can nice jump up to 20, so let's put the power on. As we go across the river here, we'll see the submarine in the background. And we can run up to 30. We'll see we're going to get a double yellow, which will acknowledge AWS 4, and the feather illuminated indicating we'll be getting off to the left. You can see on the board it's going to be a 25, so we won't continue to accelerate. As we come into Rochester. Okay, just start slowing it down a little bit. And we just need to find our stop point. We are we're a 10-car train, are we? So we're right down. Oh no, we've overrun now. You can see a little bit of wheel slip there, but it's all good. We've got a double yellow. Let's set the DRA if I remember where it is on here. There it is. There we go. Remind ourselves just to check the signal. I think actually we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're an 8-car unit. The 10-car is the full-length unit. We're driving 700,018. We're actually a little bit early, but we can start. There were 15 seconds from departure, so we'll start locking those doors. You can see those doors are now shut. We'll reset the DRA.
Driver, you have reset the DRA. Please check the signal.
I can see it's still double yellow. So we'll depart with caution. You can see the RLU there. Oh, it even says 8. Of course it does. There we go. Actually, it stepped up to a green now, so we can get on the power a little bit more. Although it'll be a 15 when we go across the junction back onto the main line. So we will slow in just a second. This is the old Rochester station. That's also stepped up to a green now. There we go, there's 15. And our next stop will be Chatham. As I say, these sort of 3 stations are very close to one another. Not experienced any adverse signals yet, and we've only got Chatham, Gillingham and Rainham to go. And then actually, in fact, we head back the other way, so perhaps we'll experience something on the way back. See, I reckon this it could have been a better scenario if it was just a single run to Rainham, but actually hitting a lot of adverse signals along the way. I think that would have been much more fun, because really we've just had green light running and not really seen too much traffic otherwise. Here's Chatham Station. Let's just start braking. Looking very nice. There we go. Unlock those doors. Perhaps this is a... Nah, I'm just stuck with... We'll find a thumbnail at some point. I'm not too happy with the first one. "30 seconds to departure." We can. We've made up our time from where we were a little bit behind at the start. Okay, let's start locking those doors. Wait a couple more seconds. Have we actually got any passengers left on our train? Is this the classic train simulated passenger behaviour? Looks pretty empty to me. Oh no, we've got one. One passenger. Oh no, there's a couple more in these cars here. Alright. And that's very cool to see. A bit of freight as well as we depart from Chatham. We'll let the freight continue on through. So lovely to see that. Wouldn't it be great if we could get some more freight operators into Train Sim World for the UK routes? There's plenty of them. It would make a huge difference to see a bit of variety. There's different liveries. So Gillingham next, 1.2 miles. Actually, we can. Let's go max power here. Not getting wheel slip, but we're not accelerating as quick as normal, I would say. Got a green. Actually, in fact, it jumps up to 60. But we are going up a 0.8% gradient, which makes sense. We've got a lot of snow in this tunnel. That does not feel legit. It kind of just adds to the point as to the question mark, do we really need Train Sim World 4 yet? When there are bugs like this still. We need to be slow in here for our stop at Gillingham. Once we go into this bridge here, we'll be right upon the station. Couple of 100 yards before we need to be slowing, or stopping, should I say. Bit of power just to get us there. There we go. Perfect stuff. And again, we're pretty early into Gillingham, so might have a little wait here as well. Could this be a good shot, do you reckon, perhaps? I feel like these passengers should be getting on, but they're not fancying it. We've got... Oh, we should need to be locking those doors. They clearly don't want to get on. And away we go for Raynham. Before we'll switch ends and we'll head back the other way. Let's go max power. There we go. Picking up speed nicely. About to go across Gillingham level crossing. Okay, we're about to be permitted to run it at 80 line speed. When we get to the marker, we'll acknowledge DSD. She would just need to come back off the power here. There's the 80 sign. Now we can accelerate again. But you can see just up in the distance we're about to get a double yellow. So as soon as we get closer we'll just ease off the power now. We're doing 65 anyway. So we'll acknowledge that double yellow. We'll just gently start to brake here. And we'll get the next one, which is going to be a single yellow, so continue to brake further and we'll get ready to acknowledge AWS. There we go. I should imagine this signal will be holding us to give us the path across into Raynham Platform 0. So we have to go across the oncoming line. You can see we've got red ahead, so we'll continue to slow. We're doing 20, so that's all good. I'd imagine as soon as we get to the signal, it will step up. Can I play? I'm playing. It feels like I'm playing a little bit chicken with it. Let's just start to slow. There we go. And as ever, it always jumps up as soon as you get close to it. The timings on this scenario are very generous actually, considering we're supposed to be there at 39 minutes past. We're not far from being into the station. You can do 25 cross points there. And into Raynham Platform 0 we come. just start to slow for our stop. We don't want to be running into the buffers here. There we go, this feels like it's going to be a good stop. Lovely stuff. Let's open those doors. Sure, I want us to put it into full power. Full brake. Turn the wipers off. Where's the headlights? That's a good shout. Cab light in. So we've got something coming in. We've got a 375 behind us. Nice. Headlights probably need to put into tail lights. Yeah, tail lights neutral, key off. Let's key off it. I was in. Perfect. Let's make our way down to the other end in the snow. Actually, let's walk through the interior of this 700 because, as you can see, it's very nice open interior. Shut down the cab and change ends. Kind of 2 steps ahead of you at the moment, unless I haven't done something. Shouldn't you be getting off? There you go. It's finally catching up. It knows we'll be heading back to Dartford. Are we actually going all the way to Dartford? Let's see. Hi, I'm Gravesend. Oh yeah.
Please take extra care around the station, as some services may be...
Oh yeah, we will have a limited stop in by the looks of it. Nice. There we go. Now we're finally at the other end. It's a long train to walk down. Let's get ourselves set up. Let's put AWS on. We'll put Vigilance and DSD on, of course.
CPWS and AWS operational.
Put the windscreen wipers on. We'll put it day. Yeah, we're all set. Another 375 coming in. Very nice. You can see the snow being kicked up. Looks good. Give it a moment and we can start locking our doors. There goes the doors, and away we go to Dartford. So this will be a full run to Dartford. But we won't be stopping along at every station like you normally would in timetable mode. So it should be fairly quick, hopefully. 2.8 miles to Gillingham. Okay, we're back to jump up to 90 line speed, so we'll put the hammer down in a minute and we'll see what this 700 can do. There we go. We've cleared it now. Let's go. There's 50. I think we probably will almost get up to 90 by the time we get to Gillingham. Acceleration is really, really good actually. It's impressive, especially in the snow. There's the DSD alert. That was AWS, but the repeater has just turned to green. So we will be dropping down to 60 very shortly. Let's just put a bit of brake on. There we go. There's 60. We should see the board any second now. As we approach Gillingham. See Gillingham Depot just come up. Shame there's no static stock on these scenarios. Start slowing for arrival into Gillingham. Back across the level crossing. There we go, you can see the end of the platforms there. And we'll bring ourselves to a stop now. See stop marker right at the end of the platform. Just take off the brakes. Let ourselves get there about 15 seconds late, which is no problem at all. And we'll unlock those doors. Love the build up of the snow on the front there. That does look nice. Especially on the cab as well. See, we're heading to Dartford. Let's get ready to lock those doors and we'll watch ourselves depart here. Off the brake. And away we go. We're about to get kicked out of the way by a dairy, of course, the passengers as ever. You start to see some of that snow being kicked up. There we go. So our next stop will be Chatham. Did just see the warning board for 50, but not quite doing 50 yet, but we'll just ease back on the power. There's no point accelerating any further past 50 at this point. There we go. Spot on. There's the 50 board. Actually, we do need to go little bit further down to 30, so perhaps that warning board was for the 30 instead of the 50. I think, if my memory serves me correct, it is. There's 30. No problem whatsoever. As I say, the brakes on this train are phenomenal, so never need to worry about never need to worry too much about your braking point if you're not spot on. It's quite forgiving. So we see another 375 coming from Chatham. Not seen any javelins or 465s yet. Hopefully we do along the way. Okay, let's brake a little bit harder here for our stop. That's where we need to be stopping. Only a touch over, it's fine. And this is Chatham again. So we've got Rochester after, followed by Strood. Then we've got Higham, Gravesend, and then straight to Dartford. So yeah, that certainly the Gravesend to Dartford stretch. Normally be a couple of stops between there. So we should be able to run pretty quickly between those two stops. Couple of seconds, and there we go. Off to Rochester we go. There we go, up to 30, just keep our speed under control. We're getting down a slight gradient here, so don't want to let it run away from us. As we come around this bend ahead here, we'll see Rochester Station come into view. There it is. Actually, we'll keep the brake on for now. Bit more brake, and I think we'll probably be right at the end of the platform here, if I'm not much mistaken. The stopping point is, yeah, there you go. There we go, lovely stuff. That's Rochester. We should be departing already, so let's straight away lock those doors. as we head to Strood. It's worth saying I'm running the Southeastern Highspeed enhancement mod that's available on Train Simulator Community, but one of the best things about it is just the bing bongs of the station announcements. They sound so realistic and definitely do add to the immersion. I absolutely love the addition of that. Dovetail Games, you definitely need to bring that to Train Sim World. Must be slow here for the junction. Not quite doing 20. There we go, just about in time. Go down quite a gradient here, so keep the brakes on. And we do need to get down to 15 as we enter into Strood. And again, our stopping point will be pretty much at the end of the station from memory. A little bit more brake, we're over the 15. There we go. There you go, you can that'll do, lovely stuff. Let's open the doors. This part of the run is always feels pretty slow, but we should get into a bit more high-speed running now with the 700. And we can be away straight away. We're at 15 as we leave here, but we do jump up to 70. But I don't think we'll get anywhere too near that by the time we're at Higham. There you go, you can see the 70 board as we enter the tunnel. Strood Tunnel. Creative name, of course. Once we've fully cleared that, we can start to accelerate. But as we're an 8-car unit, it's going to take a little while for us to clear it. We're a lengthy train. And there we go. Full acceleration, max power. These tunnels, Strood tunnels, are pretty lengthy. So we're going to be running this tunnel for a little while. We'll then briefly go back outside and back into the next tunnel. There's the DSD alerter, because we've just had it in max power for quite a bit of time. We haven't touched the controls, so we'll want to just make sure we're still awake, still alert. It's pretty much 70, so we'll just roll back power now. There's the brief out and in. So we'll need to be probably braking about now, as Higham Station is literally right on the exit of the tunnel here. Yeah, we're slowing nicely. As I say, these brakes are quite forgiving. Need a little bit more at this point. And there we go, we get to see a 465 as well for the first time on our run. Those 465s are very fun to drive. Okay, well, it wants us to keep going. We'll keep rolling for a bit. Wherever it wants us to stop. Right at the end here, apparently. Unlock those doors. Due to delays, you'll be driving straight to Dartford from Gravesend. Absolutely. That will be a very straightforward run once we get to Gravesend. Sound the horn to as you pass stations to alert passengers. Okie dokie. Let's lock those doors as we head towards Gravesend next. No stops between Higham and Gravesend, so we won't need to sound the horn. It's just between Gravesend and Dartford. And we can get back up to 70 miles an hour. We'll be going past Who Junction in just a moment, so we'll get to see hopefully some wagons and some 66s if it's there. Acknowledge that whistle board. Okay, you get to see plenty of wagons here at Who Junction. Don't see any Class 66s though, that's the only thing. Another whistle board just hidden behind that building there. There we go, we should now just cruise towards Gravesend at 70. And then just before Gravesend we'll slow to 50 before arrival. can see the snow being kicked up. It does. This 700 does look pretty dirty from all the snow. I do like it. 700 is a great addition to Train Sim World, and I just hope it eventually gets its own kind of dedicated route where we can showcase the AC power, because that I can imagine would be very fun. As we get to see another 700. So in a moment we'll need to start slowing. There's the warning board. 50. So we'll start to apply the brakes. Still got a little way to go, do 50, so just be gentle on the brakes. We don't need to hammer them too much now. Probably was a little bit too strong initially, but that's not a problem. We've got here. Okay, we actually dropped down to 30. .6 of a mile, so got quite a way to run. And the speed's dropping down very nicely. And we'll come off now as we roll into Gravesend. See it just ahead through these bridges. There's a lot of them. There's the 30 board that we were slowing for. And our stop point here at Gravesend is right at the end of the platform. So we'll start to slow now. There we go, you can see the end of the platform. We're slowing perfectly for this. There we go, let's unlock those doors and let's get stuck in a bush. And then we've got our straight run between, after we've finished loading our passenger up, between here at Gravesend and Dartford. We've got about 40 seconds before we can be departing. So we've kept to time well. There you go, 20 seconds or so. We start locking those doors. Okay, start to come down on the brakes. And away we go. For Dartford next, 6.3 miles. there we go, there goes our 700. There's a 70 sign, but again, as we're in a car, it'll take us a little time to completely pass it before we can put the power on. There we go. Max power. Heading up to 70 nicely, and we'll need to remember to sound the horn as we go through the various stations. I think up next will be Northfleet, if I'm not much mistaken. It's just before the Ebbsfleet junction, and where we fly over across Highspeed 1. He's back on that power now. As we're up to 70, and we're about to run through our first station. As we get to the end here, we'll sound our horn. There we go. Now we just get to maintain our speed all the way to Dartford. Another platform, another station here. Get ready. I never remember which station this is. Let's jump out and have a look as we see the 700 fly by at 70 miles an hour. That's Swanscombe. There you go. Should have another two, I think, before another 2 stations before we get to Dartford. We've only got 3 miles to go to Dartford, so that's not far at all. I think we've got another station coming up here. Again, we'll sound the horn. Plenty of passengers there. And this is green height for blue water. And a 465 for good measure. Lovely stuff. Then we should have another one just here. Yep, as I thought. Looks like we're going to get a double yellow as well. Oh no, turned green. Nice. Oh, that was a terrible use of the horn there. Let's jump out and see what station this is. Stone Crossing, there you go. I thought it was Stone something. And there's our warning to slow to 50. So we'll start braking. .600 yards to where we need to be at 50, so no problem whatsoever. can see we're going to get a double yellow in just a moment. Just turned green, so we've definitely got something in front of us. There we go, down to 50. No problem at all. AWS for 40. Don't really need to brake too hard for this. We're all but at 40 anyway. There's a WO, so actually we'll start to brake. The approach into Dartford is slow, I think either at 25 or 20. It's always quite funny, it takes you down to this 40, then it immediately jumps down to 20. So whether that board should be 20 back there, I don't know. There we go, AWS again for single yellow. And you can see the indicator there, we'll be going into platform number 2. There you go, so there's the 40, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And then immediately, like 100 yards later, it drops down to 20. Ever in a million years, you're going to take off 20 miles an hour in 100 meters, 100 yards even. And we're going to be coming into Dartford pretty much bang on time. Lovely stuff. What a fun little run this is. See, the scenario didn't have to be the 2 legs. It could have just been a single leg from Rainham to Dartford. It really didn't need that first bit. I don't think it necessarily added much. There we go, perfect stuff. Let's open those doors. And just need to conclude the scenario now and find out what medal we ended up with. That's the big question. It's got to be a gold. We think we drove pretty well actually. Let's see how we did indeed. While we wait, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this this one, and also consider hitting that like button. It always is really appreciated. As I say, help me get to the 1,000 subscriber milestone. It is greatly appreciated. And we got a gold medal for the Desiro City Skip scenario. And a perfect way to finish it here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.